Hello, my name is Jazmyn Breanna, and welcome to my channel. Okay, let's do it again. Hey, my name is Jazmyn Breanna, and welcome to my channel. Like, that works for me. So, we're just gonna get right into it. I'm gonna set my timer now for 20 minutes. Listen, this is how it's gonna go, okay? For those who, for those of you who don't know me, if we are just now meeting for the first time, nice to meet you. I am started a YouTube channel. As in, I created it. I created a really dope banner. I have all these content ideas. I've created a whole bunch of content. Could we talk about the difference between content creating and actually like publishing, posting, editing, and all that stuff? So I have so much content from over the years that I just haven't put out, and I just decided that I'm a perfectionist, you know, like I have really been in my head about, I want it to look a certain way, and, you know, all these things, all the bells and whistles. You know, I want to give you guys Aaron on Demand, Catherine Manning, you know, even Know For Sure podcast. Come on, be Simone and them. Just to drop a few of like the way I like to have conversation, like the authentic conversation, you know. But and even like the end, you know, like when they say like click and subscribe and here's this and here's that, and they get the point. I don't have any of those set up for you guys yet. But we are also celebrating the journey, the process, you know, and just beginning, and then watching it grow, and then celebrating once we get there, you know, and all that good stuff. So I'm just, in the year 2023, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it scared. I'm going to do it imperfect. I'm going to do it flawed. I'm going to do it slow. I'm going to do it fast. However, and I'm just going to do it. I'm going to learn from it, and I'm going to do it again. Amen. I encourage you to do the same, okay? So, with all that being said, hello, my name is Jazmyn Breanna. Welcome to my channel. I am an event producer, event planner, experience designer. Actually, I kind of adapt a couple of these. I don't plan events. I mean, I do plan events. How can I say this? I want to come away from the planning portion. You know, I've been in events for about 10 years now. And I want, without even doing it on purpose, everybody thinks that when you think event, you think event planning. You know, and that's why it's so easy to stick to those pronouns, for lack of a better word, identifiers, but there is a whole world of events. And that's another reason why I wanted to start this channel, was because like a lot of people don't know. I don't even know, you know, to kind of debunk that question when you ask kids when they're just, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, what do they want to be when they grow up, as if they even know what's out there. Like, I don't know. I don't, you know, so when you even think about events, you don't know all the magic that's going on behind the scenes, and all the different partners and stakeholders and the different steps and stuff like that, all the different jobs. And it's just amazing in the world of events and live entertainment. And so I haven't had the privilege of bouncing around a few times. I wouldn't say bouncing around, but, you know, I've been in the industry for a minute. Did not plan on being in the industry. I went to school to be a doctor. I was very much in that Grey's Anatomy wave of I'm going to be an OBGYN, deliver babies, yada, yada, yada. And it didn't turn out that way. I still got my degree in health and human sciences, so I do know some things or whatever. But fell in love with live events and making memories and connecting people and fun experiences and stuff. So, yeah. I wanted to, in starting this channel, I wanted to do a first video that was kind of like a about me, you know, situation. So you know who I am. And again, we're going to keep these videos to 20 minutes, because another thing that we are not in a position to do right now, but would love to do, but cannot do right at this moment, is edit these videos. So I'm going to see about doing a little something of like just recording and then posting on YouTube. What do y'all think about that? How do y'all think that's gonna go? Without the like cutting out all the ums and all the dead spaces. Like, and I also I'm a fast talker. Not even sometimes. I go on tangents quite often, which is another thing I look forward to getting better with, you know, as we do this. And intentionally not editing. Ooh. To go back as if I have to go back. I have to actually go back and watch my videos and stuff. I record content or I do things and I never go back and review, but I want to so I can become a better speaker, all these other good things, right? But for the sake of just doing, we're just going to record and do it. So I'm actually streaming live, Instagram Live, on an Instagram account that I created that nobody follows me on. And it's funny because I actually love going on Instagram Live. My friends and them, like, they don't understand. A lot of people don't understand it because I'm so comfortable being in front of a camera. I'm so comfortable talking about anything, you know, and everything. I be going live and I mean, and especially right now where I am professionally in life and things with my flexible schedule, I could be online for 2 hours. I kid you not. 2 hours. Because I talk about so many, like, I just kind of, from work to life, my channel is like life events and live events. So life events being like what's going on in my actual life, because I learned so much from my experiences. I do want to become more reflective in my experiences. I learned so much from other people's life experiences. My life just be funny. It's entertaining. I know I'm really privileged. Being a Cali-Girl, you know, living in Orange County, working in LA, working in the entertainment, you know, industry and the events industry, being 29 as of a week ago. Happy birthday, me. 29, young, millennial, tech savvy, business owner, entrepreneur, you know, social. People actually enjoy, you know, interacting with me, talking to me and things like that, you know, so I just feel like I'm going to thrive in this space if I just begin. And so I just wanted to begin. I really do. I'm also like a documentary, you know, historian. I'm a historian, but I really love capturing moments and just like reminiscing. I'm big on nostalgia, okay? And I also kind of like my memory is a little janky where I hope the gardener isn't too loud for y'all. I don't know. Maybe I can check on my other phone. We have 12 minutes after this episode, so we're gonna try to make this real quick, y'all. Real quick. But I gotta check the levels. Okay. Testing. I mean, I know that y'all can hear me, but I don't like how loud it is. It's so funny watching myself. Okay, so we're just gonna keep her up just in case. I need to fuck you back though. Oh, interesting. I'm learning a lot, y'all. So sorry. Screenshot that. Okay. And in these videos, without me editing and stuff, you're really going to you're gonna learn me as an individual, how my mind processes and stuff like that. Like I just saw, so I just followed myself from my usual page. Jazmyn Breanna is private, so I mean I could follow if you guys would like to, but I'm intentional in vetting. So sorry for the weird. I don't want to name call, but you know, I'm not doing a weird catfish, OnlyFans profiles and stuff like that. That's one reason why I had to go from public to private. Not one of, so many. I talk all the time, but recently I've just been getting a lot of spam of like booty cheeks and stuff like that. Like, what is that? That makes me upset. I had to erase like 200. I'm wilding, but like a lot of profiles that was just OnlyFans promote like account. I don't know. Anyways, so but I just followed myself on this new side account, and it just told me in my comments that Jazmyn Breanna started following you. So I don't know if y'all know, but on Instagram, if you are watching somebody's live and you follow them doing that live, they get a notification that you follow them doing that live. That's great analytics for us to know as far as conversion, what, like, you know, which videos actually converted to follows and so forth like that. Anyways, when I tell you guys, I am fascinated, or I love, I'm not gonna say everything, but I find interest in a lot of things, a lot of like technical systems, solutions, anything that I can leverage and optimize, you know, to do what I need to get done. And so that's why I'm excited about this current season. Let me see, we have 9 minutes left. I'm so sorry. Let me do the full, I want to do like the full thing, right? Which is what's my life been kind of been like up until this point, what's going on in this point, and what I am projecting for the next whatever, right? In 9 minutes. Before I get into it though, let me give the disclaimer. Not necessarily a Chicago Bears fan. I don't watch Chicago Bears. I don't really watch football. I'm more of a bookworm, not big on sports. I'm trying to get into it because I do have a son. He's 8 years old, and we've always just, you know, been a football family. My mom's is a Saints fan. My son is a Panthers fan because we had this whole phase when he was like 2 or 3 years old. We were watching nothing but Friday Night Lights, and so he wants to be a Panther, and then Black Panther, you know. My son, I love him. So that's how he has gathered that he is a Panthers fan. And so that's what he is. And I read books. I produce events. I love tailgates. When I was at USC, you know, I did get a season pass, and we did. I went to a few games and stuff like that. But the ball just be moving so fast across the screen. I can't keep up. Gotten a lot better over the years. But anyways, so don't be in the comments asking me, you know, who my favorite QB is and all this other stuff, because I'm going to embarrass myself. Please don't ask. I am staying with a friend who is subleasing. You know, this is just not ours, but I did need some tea. I enjoy my tea. Today we are sipping on chamomile vanilla and honey. I didn't know I already had honey in it, but I added honey. I mean, it's a default, right? So, all right, we got the tea. We got the Chicago Bears disclaimer out the way. Let's get into it. So again, my name is Jazmyn Breanna. Welcome. I actually love this space that I'm creating of just like, I'm just going to turn the camera on in my scarf, no makeup on, and just get into it. I'm going to try to batch create a few videos today, actually. Yeah. Okay, so episode 1 about me, right? So who is Jazmyn Breanna? I don't really know what top questions you guys think of when you think of, like, you know, when I want to get to know a person, what do I want to know about them? I don't know. But if you guys have any questions about me, drop them in the comments, and I would love to answer. Pretty much a free book, an open book, whatever they call it. But some information just to get you started. In no order of priority as far as like what I think is the most important thing to know about me. But my name is Jazmyn Breanna. I am 29 years old. My birthday is January 22nd, 1994. 90s babies. Let's see. I am the oldest of 2. I have a younger sister who is going to have younger than me. I am a mom, a single mom. I am currently single, yes. My son's name is Josiah. He is 8 years old. He is the best thing in my life. I swear on everything. You will see lots of him likely. You will hear lots of him likely because that's my baby. You know, can't say I'm the type. I'm not too afraid of the internet yet. I don't think I ever would be. I am going to be more intentional now that I'm being more public, you know, on platforms and stuff about, you know, like releasing locations and stuff, because y'all not about to put my, you know, me or my child in danger for sure. But my child is very intelligent, very vocal. He's hilarious as hell. I think he, in our conversations between me and him, we explore a lot of concepts. We are able to, just figure out, processing life together. We're living and processing life together. And so having like a kid's perspective and an adult perspective is always fun. And he wants his own YouTube channel too. So I think I might, in allowing him to have some cameos of mine and me getting more comfortable with having one, you know, and as he gets older, then he'll have his own, I'm sure, one day, because that's just what we do, I guess, in 2023. But yeah, so I'm a single mom, 8 years old child. Let's see, I had dreams when I was a kid. When they asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, I said a doctor. I wanted to deliver babies. I've always been fascinated with the pregnancy term, the fact that women are able to create life and birth it. Like, a human being literally came from my body and is now walking this earth by himself, without me, functioning by himself, having his own life, his own experiences. Right now, as I speak to y'all, he is currently somewhere else. Well, it's Monday, so he's in school right now. It's just wild to me, you know, being able to put together all those cells and the functions and how, you know. So went to USC to get my bachelor's degree in health and human sciences. Was a midwife assistant, helped deliver a couple births, a lot of fun. Will be my retirement plan. But in being a midwife, you have to go to midwifery school, which is not a Title V school, which means, or Title IV? I don't know. It's been a while. But which means that you don't get to get like the, you know, like scholarships and things like that. Midwifery school would come completely out of pocket. And I was on not a full ride scholarship, but mostly it was like 75% scholarship to USC, merit based, because I was that girl in high school getting the A's. I was the ASB president, you know, things like that. So USC took me and they paid for most of my tuition and things. Had a great time. We'll have to have another USC. I mean, because just like my college career in itself, I had the best college career. A lot happened in the 5 years. I was there for 5 years because I had my son halfway through. So I had to take a semester off. He was born in September, all those things. But I did go back to school. I did finish my degree. It was not easy at all. But what other choice do we have? What we're not going to do is just walk away from a degree, you know? So again, more of that later. But by my senior year, I was involved in student orgs on campus. The Black Student Assembly started a new student org called Creative Experience, which they tasked me and one other magnificent, wonderful woman by the name of Celeste. Shout out to Celeste, as being the first co-directors to lead this new student org thing, you know, creating a space for Black creatives on the PWI campus. If you don't know PWI, it means, you know, predominantly white institute. So sorry I'm talking a little bit faster, but that's because we're coming down to the last few minutes and I'm still trying to see whether or not I really care, but I want to, because this is how I get into the 2 hours. When I look at the time, I'm like, but no, this is going to be posted today. You see how the time posted in the corner? I like this filter on Instagram, as far as just like cleaning me up a little bit and giving me a little bit color and stuff. Adding some texture to the background of things. But that date is going to, it might get me in trouble. Or y'all might think it's cool. Or I might be recording on January 30th and don't post till February something. I'm not saying that at all. I'm going to post. If not today, soon. Anyways, so fast forward, graduated. So senior year, I was the co-director of the Creative Experience and the Black Student Assembly at USC, tasked with creating a space and curating a community for Black creatives on campus. And so throughout the year, we planned, you know, like a networking mixer. We did a fall showcase in Leimert Park. We did some panels, some collaborations with student org, like a lyricist lounge. And then at the end of the year, it all culminated to a student-led music festival. So like the entire year, we were putting together this music festival called Gear Fest. And yeah, I'm going to summarize all of that. Listen, that in itself, that was the best time. But I was able to headline BJ the Chicago Kid, brought on like, I think like a half a dozen student artists to open up for him, and Black-owned businesses as vendors on the quad, you know, in their booths and doing activations and things. So, but putting that together and then, you know, couple that with the experience that I had in high school as the president, planning all the dances and, you know, fundraisers. And it was more about the cultivating community than it was the planning the events. And that's when I'm realizing years out now, you know, that I graduated in 2017 with my bachelor's degree in health and human sciences, but with a passion and a skill set in creating experiences and cultivating community. We didn't have those words back then, though. Community that wasn't really a trend, or cultivating, curating, you know, all the C's and stuff. They weren't really a trend until the pandemic hit, and so I didn't really know. Oh, I thought it was going to be all loud, but my timer went out. Okay. There it is. All right, so we're just going to extend it, like, maybe just, like, if it's been 20 minutes, no more than 30. No more than 30 minutes. 10 more minutes, yeah? 10 more minutes, okay. Anyways, so produced the music festival in the spring and was like, I can do this. Like, I loved it. I loved the ideation, the creativity behind, like, putting, you know, making something out of nothing, the organized chaos. I say this all the time. I love the organized chaos of event production or live events, and connecting people and building new experiences. You know, you go to an event, you make new friends, you try new things, you taste new foods, you take photos, memories, whatever we can do to make the most of that moment. Something you can look back on and cherish and be like, man, that was a night. You know, that was oh man, I just love those times. So yeah, graduated and was like pre-med. That's why I went into USC as pre-med. But along the way, especially once I had my kid, I just knew that was not going to be it for me. As much as Grey's Anatomy was great and it romanticized the sleep deprivation and never having time for anything outside of work, I had to be realistic with myself. I always knew I was going to be a mom. I always knew I was going to have a family. I always knew I was going to have a life, you know, outside of work. Always wanted a balance, right? But I wanted to change and impact lives, and that, you know, I'm a social person. I'm a people person. Want to make a difference, all that stuff. So graduated and was like, again, midwifery school is always on the back burner when I have enough money to, you know, go back. It's like a 2-year program. I already have a lot of, like, the knowledge and, you know, not a lot of the knowledge, but I interned at a midwifery clinic. The same one that Kim Kardashian, I think, like, delivered her first baby in Orange County. Same one. Interned there for 6 months and learned a lot. So, you know, whenever this, the chaos of events doesn't do it for me anymore, then I would be a midwife. But for now, well, I still got it in me. I'm about to be running backstage and just festivals, concerts, all that stuff. So anyways, okay. So I decided to continue in my career, or to continue building live, you know, in my career or whatever, or pivot. What are words? I decided to pivot in my career from pre-med, doctor, yada yada, to events. Went on to work for, I was the director of staffing and operations for the LA Fashion Week. I also worked in catering. Okay. I worked for a catering company for a couple years, learning how to, like, curate menus and retail. I was a server. I literally was, like, serving, busting tables and stuff. That was a great experience. Then I also managed a venue in Gardena for 2 years. So I learned a lot about policy, protocols. I helped rewrite the contracts and policy. And, rewrite the contracts and things, and learned a lot about, you know, even, like, noise ordinances, having to call plumbers, you know, really, like, building maintenance. Learned a lot there. And then the pandemic hit, turned virtual, was a virtual event producer, produced virtual conferences, summits, got flown out for the first time for my first work trip to DC to produce a national virtual conference. Virtual is fun, is easy, it's convenient, it's fun for me. I still do it to this day as a freelance producer, because this is a video for another time, but virtual isn't going anywhere. I know people don't really like it, but we can reach a lot more people, you know, like, as far as, like, spreading information or even expanding the experience. You can do a lot more with virtual than being refined to just, like, your geographic location, you know? So, and especially if you're thinking about, like, LA being the stage, or, like, California being, you know, like, the main event or something like that, which it very much is in the entertainment industry. You know, if you think about, like, if everything going on in person in LA, could also be accessed or received worldwide. I mean, this is how they, when they're streaming award shows and stuff like that. But I just want to build more beyond just like watching on our TVs. But I want people to be able to be a part of, co-create this experience, even if they can't book a flight to LA or whatever. So I love producing events. It's very easy. I can do it from home. Yeah. And so that was on the pandemic, and then coming out of the pandemic, I produced concerts for Golden Voice at the Novo downtown LA for 6 months. Unfortunately, it was not as long. Oh, I didn't want to say like 5 months, something like that. It was not as long as I had intended or had hoped. That was my dream job coming out of high school, college. Like there was the doctor track, and then there was the live event track. And the live event track was like, oh, I'm working Coachella, like I'm backstage with the artists and yada yada, managing stages. Yeah, Golden Voice, So finally being able to produce concerts, being backstage, I was literally a production manager in charge of running show, guest list, sound check, load in, load out, sourcing equipment and rentals, managing the audio, the lighting department, the video department. That was all under production, under my, which is great. So absolutely loved it. But then I also learned a lot about, again, that one part, that balance, that life balance, that work-life balance. The lifestyle that I wanted to live, where I wasn't sleep deprived, where I wasn't malnourished, where I had time to do my laundry, run errands, grab lunch with my friends, and so unfortunately I had to leave that position. And so, and I'm still grieving that. I really am, because I'm trying to find, which kind of leads me to the now. This is great. This leads me to today, which is January 30th, 2023. It's been about a year. I left that job February 1st of 2022. And for about the year, oh yes, I'm 2 days from a year. For the past year, I have been a freelance event producer. I got to go on tour. I was a tour manager through Europe for Hope Tala is the artist's name, out of London. That was amazing. That was my first time out of the country. I'm not even gonna lie. And I hit I think 10 different countries in 3 weeks. That was amazing. In freelancing, you have to do, a lot of different things, So I also was, I manage events, literally just show up the day of and just make sure things follow accordingly. I don't have to plan them, but the client has planned it, but they just want to be able to enjoy it that day, or they want to be able to focus, on what they need to focus on, or just knowing what their capacity is. They only want to, they want to host, or they only want to deal with the artist, or they only want to, or they may not even be able to be there on site the day of, so they just need somebody to be there to manage logistics, production, making sure that people hit the stage on time, on all the cues on set, all the equipment is where it needs to be, the guests get in right, everybody's paying right, everybody's happy, having a good time, all that stuff. So been able to do a few of those gigs, and yeah, honestly, and many more. We're down to the last 2 minutes, and I'm not going to give myself another extension, so we got to figure out how to wrap this up. Fast forward, I have also been, ever since I knew that I wanted to be in the industry, and I'm good at it, and I love learning and growing in it, but I also realized that the industry was not that great of an industry to learn and grow in. I'm not really sure what industry is, but the way that I've learned and came up in this industry has very much been by trial and error, has been by watching, listening, doing, failing, learning, Thankfully, I'm that type of person where I'm just critical like that. I just got to figure out the best way to do things. And that's how I've gotten, but it's not the best way to learn. There's a lot of gaps in your learning when you are learning by trial and error. And so, and just also that pipeline from the classroom to the professional landscape, especially in creative spaces. One of the things I can't stand is career day. For my kid in school, when he has a career day, they're bringing the lawyers, the doctors, the engineers, and the accountants. They're not bringing, the audio engineers, the tour managers, A&R reps, graphic designers, videographers, content creators. Like, could you imagine one day when you see a career day featuring a content creator? These educators would lose their minds. They're like, that's not a real job. But it is. It's becoming one. As long as we figure out a better pipeline, you know, and better structure, all these things, we can actually teach these kids. They can be great at whatever they want to be great at, you know, and creating a platform, building a business, launching all that stuff. So I founded my business in 2020, and I founded it a bit aggressively. So I am just now taking the gas, like my foot off the gas pedal a little bit, of just literally, when I say just now, within the last 48 hours, I've had these conversations with my best friend of, I just need to accept the process. Hold on. All right. This would be my closing note then. I just need to accept the process that, first of all, I don't know if you did not know this, but nothing gets built overnight. And especially when you have to learn how to do it yourself. Nobody has taught me how to build a business. I don't have business owners in my family. I mean, we're all entrepreneurs and stuff, you know, but nobody's got a business degree. Nobody's been in business for 25 years. Nobody knows, you know, human resources, staffing, onboarding, systems and solutions to create, like, you know, sustainable infrastructure so that your business can actually scale and you don't have to manually manage everything, you know. Nah, I want to be able to, again, live my life, but my business be operating behind me. And that business is teaching creatives, not me personally, but creating these experiences, you know, creating these spaces where badass creators can teach up and coming creators, producers, designers, engineers, whatever it might be, so that we can literally produce and create anything that we want to produce and create, be it a film, a photo campaign, a shoe, a perfume, you know, an app, whatever. So I really just enjoy how comfortable I am in the creative space, and how much I love where we are going with the creator economy, and also how much of an advocate I am for education, especially when it comes to independent artists and entertainment. Like, I mean, hosting. So, for example, a few of the programs that I've done already for my business, P3 Productions, is like a workshop that I hosted on Instagram Live with my girl Mia on royalties and revenues. Literally how to make money through your music, you know, like how your music can make you money, and also how to manage that money, how to even like pull statements, how to track, how to charge, you know, how much you should be charging, how much you should be making, the difference on splits and things like that, like when it comes to like the writer, the composition, the actual, you know, vocalist and stuff, because not everybody gets paid the same, and things like these are the small little nuanced things that you got to know when you are creating and owning and producing your own music, your own stuff, you know, or when you're partnering or collabing as an independent artist with another independent, you know, producer or something like that, how much, you know, what should that contract look like, royalties and things, like all that stuff. So in doing so, I was super excited, you know, to be able to get that information out to artists. I'm trying to figure out how to do more of those, partner with more people, more programs and platforms. We produced a virtual summit in 2021. We as an I, me, myself, and I. Well, I mean, I had great help as far as like promotion, you know, like getting the word out and stuff like that. But as far as like putting together the virtual summit, or all the people who was on the all the 18 speakers and stuff, they were my friends that I've collected along the way, you know, who are Grammy nominated artists, or, you know, who have sold their creative projects to major platforms, you know, working for your favorite labels and stuff, you know, so bringing them all together to talk about the real life that is, you know, fill in the blank, whether you are whatever, you know, niche that you're in. We had film, you know, what they don't tell you. What I call it, what they don't tell you in music, and a room that was with what the industry doesn't tell you in film. Then they had, we also had like a room or a workshop about trademarking and like protecting your creative work. We also had another one about financial wellness, you know, and then a showcase over lunch that we premiered. Well, not premiered. I don't think we had any premieres, but we did show spoken word pieces, you know, like short films, singer singing, you know, all that good stuff. So it was just a great time. I would love to do produce more of those, you know, and just like honestly, wherever it goes, I want to be more behind the scenes. I want to be more like in experience design, not so much planning and production, but really experience design, programming, community cultivation, all that good stuff. So, okay, the timer has gone out twice. I think we're at a good 30 minutes, 32 maybe by now. I think I pretty much went through a lot as far as like about me, a few tangents in there, but I think it was all important information. I don't think there's anything that I'm missing as of right now, but the best way that you can learn about me is to subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Join me on this journey. I'm super excited. I'm super excited to be starting to just get this out there. A few things that you can look forward to, you know, on my channel. Like I told you, it's going to be about life events and live events. So about my life, you know, dating, mom life, balancing work and being a mom, entrepreneur, small business owner, literally life in LA or life in Orange County, or, you know, all that good type of stuff. I love vlogging, those things. But also on the professional side, events, entertainment. I love attending events and just like talking about them. It's the best I could. Not in a bad way. I don't know if you guys caught that like in a bad way, but not. I literally have a folder on in my photos album that's like I broke it down into all the. So I literally capture content when I attend an event. For example, June 4th of 2022, I attended the Road to Essence Festival of Culture it was leading up to Essence Fest, but they had like a couple stops. Right, so when they did LA, I attended. This is the thing. But I attended, captured lots of clips about like from their panels and stuff, and then a few performances. And like when I tell you guys, I wish I could scroll at the same. I'm trying not to spill my tea, you know, and just talking about anywhere from speaker selection, topics and content, layout, planning, you know, location where they're filming. Another one, like Juneteenth events that I attended last year, concerts, festivals. House of CB had this cute little like Valentine's Day thing last year where you got to sip and shop. So I was in there trying on dresses. And sipping, but that is by definition an event. That's an experience. I want to get into even like, you know, restaurants and as far as like experience design and how they make how the different things that they do in order to make sure that you have the best experience, right? And so those are that's just a soft description of what some of the content that I would like to get into, or like the Grammys, the Emmys, you know. I follow this platform called BizBash. If you're not familiar, BizBash emails me every single week to tell me what I might have missed in events across the nation and around the world, right? So, like Sundance Film Festival just passed, and so right here I just get to go in and see all the different brand activations that they had at the film festival. And honestly, I go through and I just be having notes like, like the way that they do like different pop-ups throughout an event. And I mean, I really just in exploring and learning, because again, we're here to learn and explore. So I love looking at what the big baddies are doing, with the ones that got the big budget, you know what I'm saying, the one that's flying out. You know, because that's the level where we're trying to be, that's the level where we're going to be at, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know how many times I say you know what I'm saying just now, I'm so sorry. But yeah, so a little bit of that, some major takeaways that I get from like my client consultations, from like or recaps. Like right now, the next video I'm about to record, literally as soon as I get off of this one, is a recap from my last speaking gig. I spoke at the Live Production Summit in Palm Desert on January 21st, the day before my birthday. Spoke in their diversity and inclusion panel. But the Live Production Summit is about, it was my first time attending, first of all, so let me tell y'all. I have my laptop here. This is supposed to be a closing. I think this minute's going to be more like 40 minutes. So at least it's not 2 hours, okay? But just to set the tone or something like that. Okay, so yeah, so the Live Production Summit. Interesting. So I'm just going to read this quick little blurb. For well over 20 years, the Live Production Summit, formerly known as TourLink, has welcomed thousands of participants and partners to attend the premier conference for live events and entertainment production professionals. LPS encompasses all areas and functions of the touring and live events industries, including production management, technology, event design, travel and hospitality, logistics, safety, security, finance, health and wellness, diversity and inclusion, and much, much more. Beyond the incredible networking opportunities and the chance to learn directly from manufacturers, the Live Production Summit is a focused, forward-thinking approach to the future of the industry. Discussions are led by well-known subject matter experts and a welcoming roundtable approach to nurture and support new ideas, answer questions, and encourage engagement. Whether looking for B2B, B2C, or strictly commercial opportunities, attendees benefit from discovering new ideas and directions in the various segments of the industry. Okay, so anyways, yeah, it was a major summit. You know, these are the people, I was in the room with the people who produce the festivals and the concerts. They were talking about tour, like the buses, the trucking, hotel arrangements, like traveling, the difference between A party, B party, and C party, other things. So I just like to share the things that I learned. I'm a note taker. Don't worry about not being able to see my notes because it's chicken scratch. But I take pages of notes. I'm trying to get better at typing up my notes immediately. We've got to figure out a better system there. But I just like to come on and share. So honestly, I hope y'all got a really good sense of who I am, what I'm about to do here. But if not, again, please subscribe. Just stay tuned. Check back in. Not claiming no schedule right now. It's not like every Wednesday at noon or turn the notifications on. Just turn the notifications on because it's going to go up when it goes up. I feel like I didn't even really tell y'all my skills and things. But y'all just going to see as y'all tag along. I just got to wrap this up so I can get to the next one. Because there were other things I got to... Oh, wait. Okay, wait. But, so... we talked about what's past, what's happening right now as far as freelancing, speaking gigs, teaching, speaking on panels, still working with USC and the Creative Experience and BSA, and they had the career fair on February 1st. That I hope to be. They asked me to come back to help them with, so I'm hoping to be able to make it to that one. But so that's everything that's going on right now. I'm also looking for a job. Because though I suffered a little bit of PTSD from the last one, I cannot go on just assuming that the entire industry or that I can't find a job that would allow me to be a mom and a professional at the same time, or just a woman and, so I'm out here looking. I'm out in these streets. I'm in the scene. I'm in the dating scene, professionally and personally, right? So 2023 is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, but I really do want to stick to freelancing because I get to work with different contracts. And clients in different locations and brands and gigs and stuff like that. So I hope to stick with freelancing. Even if I do pick up a full-time job, I will try to hold on to freelancing as much as possible. But in all of that, I am building my own production company, creative agency, something like that. We don't really know our pronouns yet, but slow build. I'm excited. It's going to be a solution for the entertainment industry is all I know. It's a conglomerate. There's already 3 pieces up in there. So I'm excited about what's to come. I'm excited for what's to come. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode. This is terrible. This is why I gotta have a real outline. Because every single time I go to rap is when I remember one more thing. So in addition to also looking for a job, the jobs I'm looking for are like director of programming or director of events, you know, event production and entertainment and stuff like that. If you know anybody hiring, definitely send them my way. Check me out on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn page is pretty popping, I will say. I keep trying to keep it up, you know. I am currently building or working on my portfolio. And we can have a whole talk about that, because it takes so much work to go back and review all the work that you've done, especially over a decade. You know, I really want to do like top takeaways, things I learned, like the stats and stuff like that. But that means I got to reconnect with old clients, ask them, you know, and then like getting testimonials and things. But just having a resume is not good enough in 2023. Especially one that is so visual as my profession, you know, or experience design and live events on a resume. I want you to see it. I want you to hear what we did. I produced concerts, you know, what? You know, campaigns. You know, I cultivate communities. When I'm saying all these as affirmations. I have, but I've done it organically, naturally type, where I wasn't really looking at the analytics and stuff like that. So I have not been doing a good job at tracking what I've been doing over all these years. Shame on me. You have to track your success and your failures. Collecting photos, videos, analytics, you know, the data and stuff like that. All of that is so crucial to building a portfolio. You can't just say what you did. You have to show it too. So yeah, as of right now, I am freelancing, building a business, trying to work on my portfolio to support both of those things, right? Because the portfolio is going to be the thing that the business is built on, right? And then the portfolio will also justify whatever job application I'm submitting, and the salary that I'm requesting. And then I also want to return to school, is what I was trying to get to as well. I want to go back to USC. They have an amazing one time only type of, you know, like nobody else in the world, so they say, have a program, a master's program in social entrepreneurship and learning how to build a social enterprise. That is what I would like to go back. I've always dabbled on the thought of going back to get my business degree, but the MBA didn't really sound like it. I don't really want to learn business administration, though maybe I should. But I want to learn about how to build a business that is human-centered, that forward-thinking, community-driven, data-driven, you know, progressive, like all those things that actually makes a real difference. Not just makes money, but makes a difference. So yeah, so that's what's been going on. That's what's going on right now, and then that's what's going on next. Yeah, okay, all right, now I feel good in wrapping this up. So thank you guys so much for joining me for the first episode. Again, my name is Jazmyn Breanna. Live event producer, experience designer, single mom, friend, family, sister, many different identifiers. But thank you so much for joining me for my first episode on my YouTube channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you found interesting, what you have questions about, what you want to learn more about. If there's any careers that you want to pursue, any events that you want to learn more about, or that you are attending or planning or producing, drop them in the comments. If you have a link to your website or something like that, like I am about the community. I really just love to know who's watching me. You know, I do wish that YouTube was a bit more two-way, but the comment section is going to have to be enough. So in the comments, please drop them all, and I look forward to responding in the comments and stuff like that. Let's see how this goes. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Okay, bye.